Hi ladies, I felt like it was really important to do a video on healing endometriosis today because anytime a client comes to me with endometriosis, it's like they come into me with a jail sentence, and there is not enough metaphysical information out there. There is not enough root cause information, like why this even, began, why it manifested in the body in the first place. And I feel like if you don't know this information, you're completely at a disadvantage, what you can do to kind of heal that. So let's look at endometriosis, because anytime something is going on in the body, it is really mirroring parts of our life. And endometriosis happens. This is a theme that I tend to see. Again, it could vary from person to person, but it is a condition that is trying to mother somebody that is not mothering themselves. So if you are somebody who is a people pleaser, you are putting everybody else's needs before your own, your body is trying to, it creates this pain so that you stop doing that. It's almost wanting you to like break the cycle. And the thing is, like I interviewed so many women last week, and what is unbelievable is the high threshold women have for suffering. And we have really been conditioned to put everyone else's needs before our own. And anytime they said, if I kind of want to go and do this for myself, I feel selfish or I feel guilty. So it's kind of like this double-edged sword thing going on. Also, if you look at endometriosis, it's kind of reaching out. It's reaching out. The womb is always representational of the home. And so it's reaching out for support. But like I said, like a lot of us don't even know that being a reality. I mean, for a long time, I didn't know about asking for help. Like I felt guilty, or it was a pride thing. And that's kind of where the cycle begins. If we go into the childhood, it is generally women who were consumed by responsibility. They had a lack of guidance, and in some way they were left to kind of fend for themselves. So that tends to be a theme with the ladies who are suffering with this condition. And anytime that there's inflammation in the body, that is always representational of anger. And, if you are putting everyone else's needs before your own, you don't know how to ask for support, you start to get a little bit bitter, you start to get angry, and then it gets confusing because you're like, yeah, but I really like helping people. But remember, you can drive the car, but you also need to put petrol in it. So we're really good at like driving around, and it's just this like learning to make sure our cup is full without feeling guilty about it. Another thing that tends to come up is that communicating your opinion was just never an option. It was just never an option. So if you have to repress yourself, repress your emotions, repress your expression, that is going to start to congest the energy. And if you look at the thorax, and if you look at the womb space, if you have them side by side as a picture, they're very, very similar. So they're always mirroring anything. They're always mirroring each other. And anytime I have a client with female reproductive area problems, 99% of the time they have problems going on with their throat or dry lips or teeth, and vice versa. If you are somebody who is extremely creative, because remember, the womb space, it's not just for birthing babies, it's also for birthing ideas, it's for birthing businesses, it's for birthing books, art, and it is the highest, holiest point in the female body. So if you are not tapping into your creativity, you're blocking the energy. This does not mean picking up a paintbrush and paints from your local art store. It could be photography, it could be writing, it could be dancing. Like, how do you love to express yourself? What is it that you do? What is it that you did as a child that you just felt so free and so lit up, and the time just went, and it felt like magic. And sometimes we kind of overlook it because it's so second nature. I hope that this information is really, 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 really helpful. And please know whatever symptom you have, whatever, you know, physical ailment you have, there is always a root cause. There is always a reason that it has manifested in your body. And when you have the why, you have the how. And again, it's going to be different for everybody. There are particular themes that I see with particular symptoms, but the root cause for everybody is going to be different. So, you know, it could have been if you were at school and you put your hand up and everybody laughed at you, you know, you would have developed a fear for expressing yourself because of, you know, expressing myself leads to humiliation. Or if it depends like what your family life was like. If it was quite volatile, you know, the root cause, you can see how that kind of varies from person to person. All right, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and yeah, expect miracles.